Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farmville. I go and do this because if you were ploughing at the edges of a field, like enlarging a field or something like that in real life, the process of doing it would actually level out the land a little bit. If you were reclaiming anything that was a bit more than just a few edges of a field, you would use a couple of different machines and you would actually go through and level the ground before you started trying to turn it into a field. I know this because I have done this job. So this is like a normal thing to do, except that we don't have the machines in the game to do this, so we do it like this using the landscaping tools. Right. I'm hoping that's going to be alright. I have allowed create fields on this one. I'm going to drop that one down there like that. And we are creating fields. And he also seems fine with pulling this. When we get round again, I'll take that out a little bit wider on there. I'm going to go all the way up here. There's a big area right here that I'd actually like to turn into some field. I don't want to go too close to these trees here on the edge, but all of this ground here, it seems like it would be a bit of a waste. Also, we've got all of these cows that are going to be turning up, and we've got some good grass equipment. We're going to be getting bigger grass equipment, so we'll be wanting a nice big field that we can basically do a few times around the edge, and then we get the hired help going, and they will go and do the rest. And they should, in theory, do an absolutely wonderful job of doing the rest. We can just leave them working. Alright, this bit here, I'm bringing this up around here like this. So I don't want to go too close to that field right there. We'll eventually buy that one, but that's not on the cards at the moment. We want to stay further away from those bits. Over here, and I'm trying to line up there so that I don't have any bushes hanging out over the edge of the field. I just don't really like that. And then we come on down this way, and we'll sort of try and put a bit of a neat, tidy edge along the field. I don't want to go further out than the edge of the field right now. We did with the mower, but that's just what we do with the mower. I don't actually want the field to be very much more over than what it is right here, and I'm not going to use GPS or anything like that to put in a dead straight line. I'm not interested in doing that. Just kind of want roughly down through here. Because it's grass, we'll be going a bit over the edge anyway when we come through. This is the bit that I do want to do, is I want to try and... yeah, I missed the first shrub at least. I don't like shrubs that hang over the grass, so I'm going to use the landscaping tools in just a second. I'm going to go back over that and get rid of them. Let's come on around here. Just got a little bit more to do, and then we have finished our round around the outside. So I don't want to go too close to that fence because that just ends up causing us problems. And then we'll also redo the edge of the road that we've made a little bit. So kind of want a reasonably straight line down through here. It won't be like anything particularly grand, but there we go. Alright. I think that's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to go with the landscaping a second, and there was a bit of a shrub over here, so we go to that one, and then we go to the painting. We will take the grass option, and I always switch that over to a circle. You get better control. Square seems to be a little more indiscriminate about what it does. And then back here, you want to sort of try and get it as far away from the edge as possible when you're trying to remove shrubs, because they do actually cover quite a large area when they're put in. It's like there's a few over here as well. I got rid of all of the shrubs around the edge, and now all I got to do is go round the field a few more times, but I'm aware that I've done an awful lot of ploughing so far in this series, so I will do the rest of this a minute, and then we can take a look at, well, will it be reseeding the field will be the next thing, so we'll need to get the seed drill out here. Done the bits over this side. I even did the little tiny bit that was in the middle of the field. I don't know if anybody remembers that. There was a little tiny bit that was left in the middle of the field. And I managed to grab that bit. I was just thinking then, I don't know if I've just missed a little tiny bit over here. So I'm just going to go round and round and do this little bit. And then I've got the side of the field of the opposite side still left to do. Let me just go up there, because I've got a feeling I missed a little bit of something there. There shouldn't be anything up here that's been missed. We just got that strip all the way down that side of the field to go and do, and then everything is done. Then I'm going to get the seed drill out, and I'm not too worried about all these little bits and pieces that are going all over the place, because I'm planning to do a couple rounds around the outside with the seed drill, and then I'm going to have the hired help just carry on and sow the entire field all the way through. I think, let me just have a look, we have lime enabled on this one. So we're going to want lime all the way around the edge, because that's just something that would be needed. And you see those bits there that needs ploughing? That's just where the grass was cut. So that will be over there. I'm really hoping that this disc plough here is not going to be one of these ploughs that doesn't remove the needs ploughing thing. We've encountered that before, but although, to be fair, that was on a spader, and it was in the Gelderland series, and I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't do that. But anyway, let me carry on and finish all of this. And we are just finishing up the very last little tiny bit here. It is all of the ploughing done of the new grass field. We then need to go back at... Well, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put lime on it. Spread lime across all of this new bit that we've gone and ploughed up. And then once I've done that, I will come back here with the seed drill. And we will drill out everything. Every single little bit that we can. And... yeah, well, I'll do the entire field. I'm hoping that it will also do all of the bits of grass that are still growing. And so if everything is done all together, I reckon it will work out a little bit better. So let me turn off the allows create field there. And then we'll drive this one back to the yard. I'm hoping that what we'll end up with is a really nice big grass field that... Well, at least to start with, we'll then only need to cut it once a year. We do one big cut, and we can leave it at that. And I know quite a few farms that do actually only do one cut a year. I know other farms that do 4 cuts in a year, so it's really farm dependent. You can kind of manage things however you like. Admittedly, the ones that do 1 cut a year do graze the land for a time as well, so it's not just a thing that is... Like, you don't just cut the grass once and then just leave it and not do anything else to it. It is grazed, and so it is used the rest of the year. Let's put this one back over here, near the fence. We'll put that one right there like that. Unhitch. Okay, and then I need to put lime on. So I think we can use lime from this spreader over here. We do want to put some on the field. This has got fertilizer in at the moment. And last time I was doing a bit of lime, I was just buying it straight from the shop and well, I think that's what I was doing. So what I'm going to need to do first is I'm going to need to dump this out onto the ground. So I'm going to bring you over here like this, and then we will empty that out. Then we'll go over here, and I'm not entirely sure if I can buy lime at this little point here. I think this might just be seeds and fertilizer. Oh, no, we can buy lime. Excellent. Right, we'll fill that one right up like that. Not entirely sure that this tractor is the best option for doing this job. I think maybe we want to use the Zeta for doing this, but this is the one that we've got at the moment, so this is one we'll go with. Let's whiz across the road right there. And I'll run this out to the field. So we only need to do the bits that we have ploughed now, which is the outside edge of the field. Technically, I could do the entire field, I suppose, but I'm not going to. We'll never actually need to do it again. I don't think that lime actually has any effect on yield of grass for gameplay purposes, but we got a deficit of lime on the field for this bit, and so I kind of want to just spread it on the field anyway. Now, it does use it up at a phenomenal rate. I want to make sure that I get every single little bit, so we will drive down through here like this, and then it's just this strip that we've got to do the bit that has been ploughed. Now, you can see the speed that it uses that up is quite phenomenal, and this is why I was umming and ahhing about using this vehicle, because now I've got to drive back and I've got to go and get some more lime, which is a time-consuming process. We've got to go back and forth an awful lot. I have no idea if the... I think that the lime can be spread after the grass seed has been planted. However, we don't actually need to worry about that. Let me just do that a minute and fill that one up. We'll leave you there for a second, and we'll go to this one first. Okay. And we'll see about its grass. We've got that one set for grass now, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to use one of these. I think I'm going to have to pick it up to do this. Remove the cover like that, and then back up, because for some reason you can't load from crates like this. I don't know why. I thought that you would have been able to. Apparently this is not a thing. So we want to go to here, and I want to enable the super strength. There we go. And then enable the super strength on that one as well. That only put 4 litres in, and then it was empty. But it is done. So we now have this one completely filled up to the brim. We'll drive this one out to the field, and we will start the grass planting, and then... Oh, wait. For all that. This one isn't a direct drill. This one's no good. I need the direct drill, and so that's the Great Plains one. I'm not even sure if I can pull the Great Plains one on this one. Let me just shut you off there a second, and we'll switch over to this tractor. And it's that seed drill back in there that I'm going to want, because that's a direct drill. And the reason I want a direct drill is because I want to reseed the entire field. And I know that I don't need to. It's definitely not something that I need to do. Not in any way, shape, or form. But I want to do it because I rather like the idea of having a field that is all the same. And so for what we'll say has happened is that the grass is not particularly good. It's not very well established there. So I think that it would do it an awful lot of good if we were to reseed it and sort of just go over this whole thing again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one out here. We're going to change this over to grass like that. We'll fill them both up here. So this one goes next to it. I can fill it up just like that. And then I'm going to have to go over and just grab the pallet of seed and put that one up over the top because it doesn't work otherwise. Right, apparently I need to open the... Oh, that's because I opened the wrong one. Right, okay, so if I go there, close that one. We'll open that one with the seed, and then let's try this again. Pick you up like that. There we go. Right, now that one is full, so I can go and put this one back down over here. There we go. And then we can close those. And we will head off out to the field. And I want the fertilizer as well as the seed in here, because I just think it's going to work out a little bit better. I will start from the side that we've just gone and thrown our stuff down on. That, whoa! Okay, it's a little bit heavy on the tail there. I'll start from the side over here where we've gone and put the lime. Because what I'm hoping is that will allow us to start spreading Yeah, except that I can't go all the way up there. I think I can spread lime after I have planted. Now, straight would be that way. I could actually go this way. That's going to be fairly well in line with everything. So if I go like that, bring it back up here like this, and I will just put that going. Hired help is going to go up to there, and it's going to plant grass. So I'm going to leave that going. That's going to go in that direction, and then we will quickly skip over to this one, and we will drive this one out to the field, and I'm hoping I can just get the lime going on the bit in front of where that tractor is working. He's a couple times round, a couple times back and forth before he gets to the bit that doesn't have lime on it, and by that point we should have gone on round the field a bit further, and then he's not going to reach the bit that we've gone and done. At least that's what I'm hoping. It should be okay. I'm also hoping that he doesn't drive into the lake and get stuck, because that would be mildly inconvenient, to put it mildly. I think once I have finished doing the lime, we will then take the tractor and we will drive all the way around the field. But you can see right here, that one more pass and he'll be onto the bit that we haven't spread lime on. So let's start that up. And I will whiz on up through this way like this. He does use the lime up ridiculously fast out of this thing, but I have now reached the point where I no longer need to worry about whether or not it's going to spread the lime properly over the bit that's been planted, because I've now gone past that bit. So he's going to carry on over there. We're going to go back and forth a few more times. I reckon we're going to need to do 2 more trips. At least 2 more trips. So, as we're not going to be using the other tractor for helping with the seeding... Oh, blocked by an object? What are you blocked by? Oh. He's got a front weight on, so he must have thought that the tree was something that he could ignore. Why they have to drive into the trees, I just don't know. Like, well, it's not the trees, it's the front weight. What is it with the front weight and these... and the hired help? Like, they really, really don't like the front weight. And it bugs me. It absolutely bugs me. It really, really does. There's no reason why the front weight should cause any issues. I cannot understand it. Why is it like the rest of the vehicle, the rest of the implements and everything work just fine, and the coding is able to cope with them, but for some reason the coding is not able to cope with a front weight. It just drives it into a fence or whatever. I don't know what's going on there, and yeah, I've already complained about that and given my opinion on it, and I'm not going to say any more. If you have a look at this one here, you can see that we are busy planting, and it's also putting in fertilizer. It seems to be now putting the double layer on some of it, but not on quite a lot of it. Some of this might get more fertilizer, I don't know. But I think what we'll end up having to do is go around the entire field again to put more fertilizer on there. So we're going to have another trip back and forth even after we've done this. So I'm going to take this tractor off. This one is going to go over and just park in the shed here a minute. Like that. And then we're going to go over here. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to leave that seed drill right there. And I'm going to go and get the fertilizer spinner on with this one. Because this one, instead of being 34 as the top speed, is 41 as the top speed. Which is a whole lot better. And I still have the 238,000 for buying myself another tractor. Although, let's be honest, if we go and buy another tractor, we won't have very much money left at all. I'm thinking of buying a reasonable size tractor to go with our next bit. So I'll go with you and there. I don't want to remove all spare cash because we're going to need more money coming in at some point. Well, we're going to need money coming in to sort of just help us just for a little bit, or we're going to need our capital. so that we can reach a point in our gameplay where we've actually got enough regular income to start building things up. We've got a loan that we've got to pay off. There's all sorts of stuff that we've got to do. So I'm going to bring you in over this way, and I'm going to put lime on this little bit here that was left out previously. Around like that, and spread it across there like that. Then I will go down here, and we will head around the field like this. And yes, I know if I was to sort of do it in little strips of little tiny bit at a time, it would definitely go a lot further, but I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to spread it like this. I need to go and get one more load. I think one more will be enough, so I hope it will. Load it all the way back up again, and off to the field we trot. And now we find out if we have enough to actually cover the rest of the field. I don't know if it's going to take this in one wide sweep. If I can move up that way enough. It's not going to get the other bit. And I don't think it's going to be enough anyway. I think we're just... Yeah, and I've missed a little bit off the side. I needed... If I'd had like maybe 200 litres more. All right, I'm going to go and get another full load, and I'll end up just spreading all of it across here anyway. It's an awful lot faster if you don't actually have to do the driving bit in between. Let's take you there. Lime. Fill that one up. I'm just going to stop and get a bit of fuel as well, because we're running low on that. So I'm going to just drive over here. It's a bit bouncy right there. That's not very good, is it? I'm going to do something about that. Start loading that one up. And then I'm going to jump into here, landscaping, and this. I didn't even realize that that had happened. That's unacceptable behavior, that is. There we go, we'll do that, and we've filled up with fuel, and that's smoothed off a little bit. Let's race back out to the field. So we got a little bit right here that we need to do. There, like that, and also that bit, and then if I go here... Actually, I don't think that bit would have needed to be done anyway. I think that we're fine with that. And all of the lime has gone. There's some needs ploughing there, but that's just the bit of grass that was cut as we went down through the outside edge there. The rest of it was fine. I don't know what that is there. There's a little tiny spot right there. Oh. Needs rolling. Right. So there's a couple little tiny spots that are showing up as needs rolling. I mean, I don't think they actually do need rolling. And if you look there, we've got fertilizer being spread over everything. So I'm curious if it's actually going to replant that bit of grass right there. We'll find out now as he turns round. And I'm also going to want to do like a pass or two around the outside edge just to make sure that everything is all tickety-boo on that. Let's just jump over to the seed drill. Alright, you can see there on that edge, he's actually reseeded a little tiny bit right down over the edge. So he should reseed this bit up here as well. Just go right over all of it. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's good. That's excellent. That's what I want. Because that means that we'll have a nice even crop come through. That's kind of what I want. And the other thing that I was going to look at was growth. Right, ready to harvest. That's not ready to harvest, which means that we should be able to go and spread fertilizer across the field. Although that bit in the middle won't need any because the seed drill right here, that is going to do the drilling for us. Now, this is a bit that I'm a tiny bit concerned about, was whether or not he was going to try and plant grass up there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Actually, I'll go around the other way. I'm going to do a pass all the way around the outside edge and then probably two on the other bit. So let me go there and start that up. And we can go on around here. A few times around the outside edge here, and I should be okay to just leave the hired help finish this entire field from one side to the other. It's still going to take a little bit of time. This field is actually now quite a very, very big field. So I'm kind of thinking that we need some additional help with this. Now, the other seed drill that we've got is not going to actually be any good for it because it's not a direct drill. So there's only this seed drill that we can use, or we would need to go and lease another one that I can just help do the planting. I mean, technically, I don't need to worry about, and it's not actually planting the rest of it now. It's saying that it's completed its task and it's just not doing it. So I could just not worry about the bit in the middle. That would actually work just fine. I could do it like that. Let's go up here. And I'll put the hired help going on this kind of diagonal line here like this, although that's actually straight in line with the map. I'll put that one going there. And let him do a bit of that. And we can go and get the other... Well, actually, what I was going to do is I was going to go and get the fertilizer spreader, wasn't I? Because I still want to put a second load of fertilizer. But if you have a look at that, it's dark. Although I want to put fertilizer right on the bit that I'm driving on right now. So we'll take this... Actually, I'm not going to take this back. Because I don't want to be left with a bit of lime hanging around. So I'm just going to empty this all out like this, and then we will go and get fertilizer, fill this one up, bring that back, and we will do at least the bit in the middle of the field. Then we can go and get the other seed drill if we still need it. So I thought that it would have reseeded the bit in the middle. I guess not. I was just kind of doing that more for a roleplay thing, because, you know, if you've gone and done all of that and you've worked over all of that area with the plow and everything, you kind of want to just reseed the entire field. It would make more sense, but apparently that's not really going to happen unless I do it manually, and I don't actually want to do that, so I'm a very, very lazy man. Let's go up here and load up these two, and then I'll spread the fertilizer just on the bit in the middle, and then we'll see about getting the seed drill and going and helping out. Go and spread fertilizer across all of this. So there's a bit that's going along the edge. Well, actually, I think the bit that's going around the edge there on the stuff that... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.